So if you'd like to walk the garden with all of our llamas and the gamelan group, we will be beginning that in about 5 minutes. So please go over to the Sangha House area, which is near the big tree to my right, and we'll get started, get ready to begin the festival.
But the fun way I'm going to want to do is
je shin do ming den bulu zhu guan nam da xin lai jun para shu yi dang gu ru ren na mandala kan ne yan da ya mi nye jir men zhe zang bu din bu wei jiang ju lam la par je mi jung de zong ge wei go ban zo ban da sim para me zhe xi wo ra me ni nam ka da nyam be zhe na zhe wa ren xiu
Hello, good day, and welcome to the Garden of 1,000 Buddhas for our 14th annual Festival of Peace and our 8th annual Walk a Mile for Peace. We pay homage to the Buddhas of the Three Times and homage to our precious teacher Tulku Sangak Rinpoche and Namchak Ken Rinpoche, Namchak Dorje La, all for being here today. And we want to wish you a welcome. And we have a full day of speaking and music. And our festival today, the theme is the power of goodwill. We hope that you'll enjoy and stay with us throughout the day. We're going to take just a few minutes to set up the Gamelan Manu Karum's city. Are you all ready almost? All right, it looks great. And please enjoy the music. If you need anything, my name is Deborah. And let's enjoy the festival.
Is this one? It's on? All right. Thank you so much. We are a subset of Gamelan Manikarum. Last year we played with our full gamelan ensemble, which plays a different style gamelan. They're both from Bali, Indonesia, and this particular style is generally known as the accompaniment to shadow puppetry, but there's also a repertoire of sitting music, and so today we're playing some of that music for you. That first piece we played is, the translation of the title is Burning Grass, which really is more burning incense. So we are offering our incense to send our prayers up for a wonderful peace festival this year and hopefully some world peace to come in the year that follows. So that was Burning Grass. And now we're going to do a piece called Sekar Sandat, which is sandalwood flower. The Balinese love onomatopoeia. Did I say that right? Onomatopoeia. So they love, like for instance, the name of that largest instrument we were carrying around the garden is called a gong, and it sounds like gong. And other instruments, kampur sounds like pur. The charing has a little tring sound. So they love onomatopoetic things and in language, and also in their music. So this last piece that we'll play for you is called Talun Lindong, which means bone of the eel. So listen for a very serpentine melody, bone of the eel.
Please, everyone, let's give a nice warm thank you to Gamelan Manikaram. They've been coming, Harum, been coming for 5 years now, maybe 6 years to play for the festival. And I think it's important that they have a moment to give you some information if you want to get involved or become more involved in what they do. So.
Thank you for that opportunity. As you can tell, gamelan is a group sport, so we need lots of players, and there seems to be always room for one more. I think we are Missoula-based, and we rehearse on Wednesday evenings, 6 to 7:30, do a variety of performance, one of our most favorites of which is this Peace Festival. And a musical interest is important, and also the ability to sit crisscross applesauce for a little while on the ground. But other than that, we welcome anyone who wants to get involved, and you can look us up on the internet. Just Google Missoula Community Gamelan, and you'll find us right there. So thanks again for this opportunity. It was wonderful to play for you today. Thank you so much.
We have a full schedule today, and we'll try to stay on track as far as our timeline is concerned. And we have Betsy. Betsy, I see Betsy there from Jeanette Rankin Peace Center. She'll be speaking soon. But first, we'd like to welcome and introduce Doug Leffler from the Warrior Movement. We're very happy and excited to have the Warrior Movement here. Being something that's a really current problem here in Arlee and also surrounding areas. So we'd like to ask Doug to come up and give you a little bit of information about the Warrior Movement, how you can help, and what exactly is going on where we can be involved. So Doug, please.
Thank you, and thank you for the honor. Thank you. Thank you for the honor of being here with you today, and I'm so grateful for the honor to be able to represent the Warrior Movement. We have a special cause. The cause is the safety and happiness of our youth, especially here in Native American country, where we have such an issue with suicide and the high rates of suicide. Montana actually has recently become the #1 state per capita suicide rate, and the Native American communities actually have a higher rate than that. So it is something very, very close to us. Back in March, when we had a couple recent suicides happen, and suicide has actually touched many people in our community here, whether you're talking right here in Arlee or our neighboring reservation communities. We, in March, our Arlee Warrior basketball team, we're just getting ready to go back and defend their state championship that they earned in 2017. There was a suicide of a youth from Two Eagle that really touched the hearts of our boys, and they were like, you know what, enough is enough. We have to get the message out that there are people who care. And they asked, actually, my son Jordan, who's a filmmaker who's been working with the boys for a lot of years, to come and help them make a dedication at the divisional basketball tournament to the youth of the reservation. It was kind of impromptu. They did a video in the hallway right before the divisional tournament where they dedicated their divisional tournament to the youth of the reservation and to the families who've lost someone to suicide. They won that divisional tournament, and now, having been undefeated for the whole season, to that point, they were headed back to state to defend their state title. Leaving on a Wednesday before the state tournament, actually Tuesday night, earlier in the week, they'd actually asked Jordan, again, the youth, the basketball players, and the coach, Zaynab Pitts, asked Jordan, can we now step it up and can we make a video that we dedicate to our state, to our nation, to the youth of the nation, so that they know that there is somebody who cares and that there is hope. And so Jordan went down to the high school Tuesday night. They had, after practice, about an hour and a half, they filmed a video where they dedicated this video to the nation and the youth of the nation. And again, to those who have lost someone to suicide. Jordan went home, spent about 4 hours editing, wanted to post it Wednesday morning as the team was leaving to go to state. He got that done. It was posted, and by the time those boys got to Butte, there was already people responding to this video. By the time the Warriors finished that tournament as back-to-back state champions, there was nearly 1 million views of that video, and response was overwhelming. We were getting contacted by people all over the nation, leaders of our country, people from other nations, other world leaders, and leaders of business and organizations. The boys, while they were at the state tournament, actually got an award from the Montana Suicide, I can't remember the name of the organization, but they recognized the boys there at the state tournament. But to me, what made that such an impactful video? Of course, my son has great video editing skills, but what made that so powerful is that youth were willing to stand up and say, look, enough is enough. To the youth of the nation, to the youth of the reservations, people, we care. And it made us think about why are so many of our youth considering suicide as a way to escape their problems? We know that often the world can be very difficult and can be cruel. There's a lot of good in the world. But there are some things out there too that cause our youth to feel hopeless. We have selfishness that feeds greed and jealousy and tears families and communities apart. Social media is another place where now there's bullying online, and youth are comparing themselves to other people online who are depicting their lives as perfect. And so the youth, I feel, are comparing themselves to that and wondering, why do I have all these problems and they seem to live this perfect life? When the truth is, we all have problems. We all struggle. And that's one of the messages of the Warrior Movement is, you know what? You're not alone. Everybody struggles. Everybody has problems. But there are people who care. So the premise of the video, when we made the video, the premise of the video, we being the basketball team, being the Arlee Warriors, and I wish actually that some of the boys could have been here today. They had other things going on. And Coach Pitts, he's actually on a fire right now. So I really wish you could have gotten to see some of these boys. They're just boys from Arlee, but they're making a difference in the world. But the whole premise of the video was to be a warrior. Now, not necessarily an Arlee warrior. We're just asking you to be a warrior in life. And what do warriors do? Warriors love and protect their home. Warriors love and protect their people. Warriors give of themselves to make others' lives better and to keep them safe. So the Warrior Movement is about being a warrior in life and making a difference in someone else's life. So how do we make a difference? You know, I think back to the times, you know, the happiest times in my life are always those times when I'm able to love. I have someone else that I love in my life. I feel loved. There are other people in my life that love me and care about me. And I feel like I have a purpose because I'm part of something. I'm part of a family. I'm part of a community, or I'm part of a team. So the mission of the Warrior Movement is to bring that message out to the youth of the nation and really anybody who will listen to this message. This is not a movement to put this responsibility on kids to save other kids. It's all of our responsibility. We are all warriors in this movement. But isn't it great that kids had the courage to stand up and take a stand and actually bring this to fruition? We had no idea this was going to become a movement. We were just trying to dedicate, do something. The kids were trying to do something to dedicate this basketball season to people who were suffering. But because of the outpouring of support and response that we got, we felt like we have to do something. We have to take the next step. We can't just take lose this opportunity to make a difference. So the movement is not about creating counselors out of kids. There are people trained to do this. But our mission is to spread the message that someone cares. Our mission is to open the hearts of those struggling and those who can help so that they can recognize when someone needs that help. And then have the courage to speak up and seek help. We also promote physical activity, and part of our movement is going to be providing activities for young people to be involved in, and that's coming down the line. This being a movement, it's just at the beginning stages. We're moving fairly slow right now, but there's a lot of things coming down the line where we want to be involved in communities, in schools, getting youth active, getting youth feeling like they're part of something. The message of the warrior movement is we all struggle. I said that before. It's normal to feel down, to feel depressed at times. We all deal with this. But the warrior mindset is to fight. Fight through these times knowing that there are good things to come. And part of fighting is finding the strength to seek help. 2, the second message of the warrior movement is that someone cares. And the warrior mindset is that you surround yourself with good teammates and lean on them in the hard times. Help them when they need you. Seek help when you need it. You'll see, if you see some of the merchandise that we sell, our warrior movement pullovers and hoodies, that has the suicide hotline number on it. There are counselors out there in your schools. There are family members, teachers, leaders that can help you. But should you ever find that you need, there's no one available, you need help, use that number, seek help, call, and you'll get direction. And our third message is to live an active life. The warrior mindset is to train your body and your mind and feed your spirit. Become involved in community activities or activities with your family or in your school. Become part of something. Make a difference in someone else's life. And that's our message to youth is you make a difference in your life by making a difference in someone else's life. And that lifts you. So lift someone else and you will be lifted. So the Warrior Movement is now a nonprofit organization that we've established, providing a platform to share inspiration, to open hearts, and provide opportunities for youth to be active. We're just now getting our website set up. The website, you'll be able to go to the website to donate, to purchase Warrior Movement merchandise, and all of the funds that come from this go right back to the Warrior Movement, to the communities, to help the youth of our communities and spread the message and provide these activities. We were honored to be able to participate yesterday and be recognized at the the Grizzly football game. The game was sponsored by the Providence Mental Health Center, and they actually called and asked if they could recognize the Arley Warriors for their work in suicide prevention. And so we got to be recognized at pregame, which was exciting for the boys and for us. So the message is getting out there, and I love the fact that these boys get to see that they're making a difference. And we've gotten emails and text messages and calls from people saying that even just the video, just one thing, just the video has made such a huge difference in their lives. Actually hearing from people that I was considering this, considering suicide, but when I saw your video, it changed my mind. So we're already making a difference. And yeah, thank you. So sometimes it's just the little things. When you see somebody needs help or having a bad day, sometimes it's just a smile or, hey, how you doing? You know, just so people know that you care. And so that's what we tell our youth, to be inclusive, to help, you know, and you don't have to do huge things, just all the little things day to day to better someone else's life makes a difference. So we do currently have a Facebook page. Encourage you to visit that. It's Warrior Movement on Facebook. When the website is up, it'll be, the address will be jointhewarriormovement.com. It's not yet up, but in addition to merchandise and donations, you'll see we're setting it up to have inspirational stories. There's going to be videos on there. You'll also be able to find out about any upcoming activities that we're sponsoring. And so this is all coming down the road. But I'd just like to end by encouraging you all to live a positive life, to be active in life, to be active in the lives of others. Lift yourself by lifting someone else, and remember that together we rise. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug, very much for speaking on this difficult but necessary topic. So the Warrior Movement, keep track of them on Facebook and offer support where you can. We'd like to introduce now Lama Tsomo. She is with the Namchak Foundation and Awam Lama. She is writer of the book, Why is the Dalai Lama Always Smiling? And it is available in our bookstore, but I just heard a little mouse told me that there is a new book coming out called The Lotus and the Rose, and I'll let her explain a little bit more, but we'll have a book signing today as well after she gives a speech or a little talk today. So please, everyone, help us welcome Lama Tsomo to the stage.
Well, in that case, what about this mic? Yeah.
You can put that on just so you don't have to hold on to the mic.
Yeah.
Here.
My
Yeah, that one's not on yet.
Here you go, right? You can use this one.
Okay. Hi. My problem is I use my hands when I talk. And I also wanted to write a few notes before coming today. Welcome, everybody, and welcome, Stephen Small Salmon. So I wanted to actually begin by asking you a simple question. Why did you come here today? So everybody has their own particular reasons, like it feels good, maybe some good food, maybe visiting with friends, a good feeling. There are kind of many surface reasons, but I think each of us, if we look at the reason underneath the reason underneath the reason, then we begin to come to more of the same reason that we came. So I'm going to start with me. Normally, I like to invite somebody from the audience who's brave enough to go through this with me, you know, layer by layer. But you guys are kind of far away, and I'll just keep it simple. So the reason I came today, I'm a confirmed introvert, so I like to be in retreat. I like to, you know, maybe relate with one other person over a cup of coffee. Festivals are not really my thing. So I didn't come for maybe some of the reasons that you guys came today. But the main reason I came was because I was asked and I agreed to. So that was the first reason I woke up with this morning. But then I looked at the reason beneath the reason. And I thought, well, I want to share this one simple Tibetan practice with you today because I'm hoping that it helps you to feel better and that it helps you to expand your capacity for compassion. A lot of times people think compassion is just sort of a feeling. Well, feelings come and go, but the capacity for compassion has actually been measured by neuroscientists. And they found that people who practiced techniques that help expand that, surprisingly enough, became better at it. Just like with doing, you know, lifts. And our capacity to lift becomes bigger. We get bigger muscles. So it seemed appropriate here today, 2 days before 9/11, to be in this Buddha garden together and do this together. But I'd like you first to just stop and reflect for a minute on why you did come today. And looking at the reason underneath the reason. So I was mentioning that I wanted to help everybody expand their capacity for compassion. The other thing is that when we do it together, it becomes magnified. It becomes much stronger. We can sort of carry each other along on a tide of compassion if we do it together. So that was another important reason for me, because this world certainly needs it, doesn't it? And if we all acted from a place of compassion, then these huge divides that are happening between us that actually make for more suffering, we could bridge those, because it's impossible to keep somebody as other if you're feeling compassion for them. So that was what I came down to as my reason today for coming. What might be your reason underneath the reason underneath the reason? So I'd like you to think about that for just a moment. When I ask people to do this, which I do all the time, look at what your motivation is for doing this thing right now. Invariably, it seems to come down to some way in which each person wants to contribute, wants to help others, maybe relieve suffering, maybe expand happiness. And so I ask you, if as you think about it, if maybe there's something underneath that's that same motivation, that altruistic motivation. And rather than you guys just listening to me, why don't you talk to each other for a second? So break up in pairs, just turn to your neighbor and tell your reason for coming today, and maybe the reason underneath that. Take a minute and do that. And I ask you to come back together now. I know it's really interesting to talk to your neighbor, and I'm glad you did. But now I'd like to invite you to do something that is very popular with Tibetans, and you've all probably heard about this, chanting. But I want to talk as a Westerner because I didn't really understand myself the power of it and why it's so useful. So I'm going to start as a Westerner talking about just a quick reference to neuroscience. It turns out when we just talk, our brains are only using just a tiny fraction of one side of the front. Whereas when we chant, And when we imagine something with the chant, so there's imagery and chanting going on, and yes, we'll do that, then many more parts of the brain come into literally harmony with each other, and we in a group come in harmony with each other so that it becomes much deeper and more powerful, and we're more engaged with all of us. So the chant I wanted to invite you to do with me today is Om Mani Padme Hum. How many of you know that chant? You've heard of it before? Okay, well, it's pretty easy. Oh, the Tibetans have heard of this before. Amazing. All right. And even the Bhutanese guy, yeah. Well, this is the chant of Chenrezig, who is, he's the great bodhisattva of compassion. So the way I can understand it as a Westerner is this is the principle of compassion, the archetype of compassion. So if we can imagine what he looks like, that's the archetypal image. Then we actually chant the sound, this Sanskrit mantra. So the Tibetans aren't really chanting words in Tibetan. These are archetypal sounds that help us to tune into the channel of Chenrezig, the principle of compassion. So the image is, Chenrezig is white, and there are two different images. Sometimes he has 4 arms, sometimes he has 1,000 arms fanning out in all directions, one implement in each hand to help all beings. Because of course, when we feel compassion, we see suffering, and we want to take it away and replace it with happiness. So I'm hoping that you can join with Tuku Sangak Rinpoche, whose offering of this Buddha garden was in response, a compassionate response to 9/11. He wanted to create a peace garden where we could be infected by these powerful images and relics and so on. And we can be affected by each other right now by harmonizing our images and our sounds together on one channel, the channel of compassion, if you will. And the power of a group is not to be underestimated. When you think of, the negative side, lynch mobs, various kinds of positive gatherings like this one, we can understand just how powerful a group is. But if we're all tuning into the same channel using archetypal sound and archetypal images, just think how much more powerful we're going to be able to be. It's like the difference between ambient light, where the waves are going up and down haphazardly, and laser light, where they're all going up and down at the same time. So that's known as coherent light. And we're going to be coherent with each other right now, doing this chant. And so the Tibetans know this chant, so I want lots of help from the Tibetans. Tsering Wangmo, will you come up here? You're Tibetan, you know this chant. So again, this power of group has been shown in many studies now to help us to change old habits, like Alcoholics Anonymous, for example. People have been able to drop old habits and replace them with new habits. Well, points of view are also powerful. And we're going to change our point of view right now and make this offering out to the world, imagining ourselves to be Chenrezig, who again is white. Maybe you want to imagine all 1,000 arms fanning around you. And we're going to chant this archetypal sound together and make this as an offering for this world that so much needs compassion right now. Om Mani
Kiwan di nyodo dan jere sewan dukdune Droa chikyan malu bade sala karasho.
Thank you so much, Lama Tsomo La, and we're going to have, Lama Tsomo is going to go to the store here, and she'll be selling her new book, The Lotus and the Rose, and signing, doing some autographing if you're interested in going and speaking with her and getting a little one-on-one time with her to talk to her about her books and practice. We'd like to now, you're in the back of the store? All right, she's heading there now. We're going to introduce Betsy Mulligan-Daig. She's been coming to the Peace Festival since the beginning. And she's at the Jeanette Rankin Peace Center, and we look to her as she helps our community to frame what it means to have a peaceful community and offer resources and support for those looking to be involved in Missoula, in this community, and spreading peace and harmony. And so I really have always admired Betsy and the hard work that she does in our community, very much without a lot of volunteers and a lot of support. So Betsy, come on up and please talk to the Peace Festival friends here about the Jeanette Rankin Peace Center.
Thank you, Deborah. My gratitude to Tulku Sanag and Ken Rinpoche for giving us this space and this opportunity today to explore the power of goodwill. Thanks as well to the elders and all of my colleagues and friends who are here today to have this important conversation. Goodwill actually comes from two words. Good, which is an Old English word meaning virtuous or God, and willa, which is wish. So when you wish someone well, when you feel friendly or compassionate or wish God's protection on them, you have goodwill toward that person. One of the last notes left behind by Mahatma Gandhi in 1948 offers us a test. Whenever you are in doubt about a decision or a course of action, recall the poorest and the weakest person among you. Ask yourself, is the step you are contemplating going to make their lives better? Going to give them a new course of power over their life and destiny? Going to impact them in any positive way? If you can ask yourself that question and answer yes, then your path is clear. Your decision is made. Gandhi was giving us the recipe for goodwill. One of my earliest memories comes from high school. One night at dinner, I burst out that I hated one of the girls in my class, Mary Lou Bradbury, because she was a bully to everyone. My father asked me why she was like that. I said, I don't know, she's just mean. My father asked me why I thought she was mean. I don't know. He asked me what her life was like and what she liked to do. I had no idea. Why would I want to know? I didn't like her. I didn't want to get to know her. I had dismissed her in a little box called bully. My father asked me to do two things. First, to go to the dictionary and look up the word hate. He loved to send me to the dictionary or encyclopedia. I think he was preparing me for Google today. However, I went to the dictionary and I looked up hate. I learned that hate was defined as an intense hostility and aversion deriving from fear, anger, or a sense of injury. So my father said, which is it for you? Fear, anger, or a sense of injury? That day, my father gave me one of the most important lessons that I have ever had, the sense of self-awareness that drives my thoughts and behavior. It was not Mary Lou's behavior that made me hate. It was my own anger and sense of injury. We must own our emotions and use them to grow in awareness. To begin to understand and build goodwill, we must first offer it toward oneself. The second thing my father asked me to do was to find one nice thing I could do for Mary Lou. In other words, he was asking me to explore the power of goodwill, not what I wanted to do. Perhaps the hardest assignment I had ever had. But I kept looking for the opportunity because I knew my father would hold me to it. Weeks later, I happened to be at the right place and the right time. I saw Mary Lou get very upset because her ride home had left her. Before I knew what was coming out of my mouth, I said, I could give you a ride home. Everything was quiet. I couldn't believe what I heard myself say, and I was so nervous. Moments passed, and Mary Lou said, okay, I guess I don't have a choice. That's fine. On the drive home, I learned that she lived in a neighborhood where my cousin lived, a neighborhood I knew well. I also learned the reason that she was upset about being late was because she didn't want to miss her piano lesson. I was also taking piano. Suddenly, I saw a glimmer of a person behind this bully, and I knew the power of what my father had asked me to do. We were far from best friends, Mary Lou and I, but I witnessed a moment of her vulnerability, and I saw that we had something in common. And so she was a little less scary, and I hated her just a little less. That experience opened the door for me to keep looking at her as a person, not a bully, and keep learning about her. How many people in our lives do we dismiss or ignore? People we disagree with, people of a different political party or religion or country, people who do things we don't like. When we dismiss and even hate them, we miss a valuable opportunity to see our own vulnerability and learn what emotions drive our behaviors. But when we refuse to unleash our goodwill on others, we miss an even greater opportunity to see their humanity, to see our connectedness. Joseph Campbell said, "Where you stumble, there's your treasure." Well, folks, I stumbled over my feelings for Mary Lou Bradbury, but I also found treasure in the power of goodwill. And our world needs that power now more than ever. But you know what? When we are uncertain or discouraged or sad or angry or hurt or afraid, which many of us are these days, it becomes very hard to see beyond those emotions and our own needs to put out the hand of goodwill to others, especially those we don't like, but even those we supposedly do. Every day on social media, you can see examples of perspectives that are different, that lead to accusations and assaults and unfriending and scary hashtags. And these are often colleagues, supposed friends. I don't think we see the people around us as they are. We see them through the lens of our own experience, including our pain and anger. And we often confuse our anger at the systems of injustice with anger at the people who are part of that system. Just like I confused my anger at a bully with my anger with Mary Lou. We expect others to be perfect and offer little room for forgiveness. It's sort of like one strike and you're human garbage sometimes. Think for a moment about a person in your life who you don't get along with. Can you think of something, even as simple as a piano lesson, that you might have in common with them? We're all flawed human beings, but just like you, the people around you have loved and been loved. They have moments of joy and happiness. They've suffered disappointments, heartbreaks, and loss. They are in need of your goodwill, and you are in need of the healing that can come from giving it. Our work for peace is complex, difficult, sometimes even futile. So it's normal to be angry and frustrated. But let's use those emotions to be more aware, to be more connected, rather than not. Let's stop dismissing others and find any small way that we can reach out in goodwill. Let goodwill be our weapon for peace. In 1906, Mohandas Gandhi took his first action of nonviolent resistance against a world he saw as terribly unjust. Here was a man who, despite being trained as a lawyer, was actually way too shy to practice law. And yet, he knew the problems of his day were being compounded by this eye for an eye mentality. He knew that he must become the change he wanted to see. He could fight injustice and hatred by being justice and love. Gandhi's nonviolence is about building goodwill with every other human being, even and especially those we disagree with. To build relationships that are based on love and compassion, respect, appreciation. It is a personal commitment to do no harm in thought, word, or action, while at the same time standing firmly for what is right and just. It sounds so easy, but it remains the greatest challenge of our humanity. Instead of judging people by the labels we give them, terrorist, murderer, racist, bully, enemy, oppressor, we must look further to find that attitude of goodwill toward them, while at the same time working to understand and act on the circumstances that have placed those in that category. That is goodwill paid forward. Gandhi changed his world by changing his attitude. He didn't point fingers at them. He only sought to walk the walk in his own life. And I believe our challenge is to do likewise, to build goodwill instead of hatred and dismissal. How might our work be different if we changed our attitudes enough to deny the very existence of enemies? To focus on what we can build instead of what they are doing wrong. Whether it is a coworker we can't get along with, a corporation that's polluting the environment, or a politician we don't agree with, can we forego judgment and focus instead on building a relationship that does no harm in thought, word, or action? That is a tall task, but that is the challenge. And because we are here today to focus on creating peace, it's a challenge we cannot ignore. Dr. Martin Luther King said, "We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly." Dr. King was telling us that the success of one of us is tied to the success of all of us with the strings of goodwill. We have a responsibility to help each other succeed, to create hope together, and to teach and inspire each other. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity today for us to be doing that together. I'm a Rotarian, and in Rotary every week we recite the four-way test of the things that we think, say, and do. Is it fair to all concerned? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Is it the truth? In addition, most of the world's religions give us some way of formally wishing each other goodwill, because that's the basis of a compassionate life. We say, Godspeed, Namaste, peace be with you. All of this is full circle from Gandhi's test and my father's assignment, all to help us find ways to build goodwill and see its power to heal and connect. Today, I ask you to find ways to build goodwill and see its power in your life. Take the challenge to change your attitude and build goodwill into the places where you stumble. Perhaps it's your own emotions that won't let you see the other person clearly, or perhaps it's someone that you disagree with or don't like, someone like Mary Lou. And I'm certain there are those folks in all of our lives. This is work that we can do for a long time. The important thing is that we begin. So let me hear you say that you are with me. Are you with me? Are you willing to take the challenge? Yes, thank you. I will commit to helping you in this work if you will do the same for me. The important thing is that we begin. So together, let's shower the world with goodwill. Thank you again.
All right. Thank you so much, Betsy, for coming in to the Jeanette Rankin Peace Center for all the work they do for all of us on behalf of our community. We have our next group, Cami Cote. Is it Cote?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, Cote. Great. And Rain, our really good friends, they're going to lead us in some chanting Hindu spiritual singing, kirtan. And while she gets set up, though, we'd like to invite our friend Nanda. Nanda is from the Open Door Meditation for the Krishna Consciousness Movement, and we'd like to invite him up just to give you a little bit of information about what they're doing. So welcome, Nanda.
Namaste, peace to all. Good to see everyone on this beautiful day. It's an unprecedented, wonderful event, bringing all the cultures together to hopefully achieve world peace. Wonderful thing. So in Missoula, we have a small little center called the Open Door Meditation Center, and we are a part of the International Krishna Conscious Movement. So I wanted to just read you guys a little introduction about the Krishna Conscious Movement from the founder, Acharya, of the Krishna Consciousness Movement, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This transcendental vibration by chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the sublime method for reviving our Krishna consciousness. As living spiritual soul, we are all originally Krishna conscious entities, but due to our association with matter from time immemorial, our consciousness is now polluted by material atmosphere. In this polluted concept of life, we are all trying to exploit the resources of material nature, but actually we are becoming more and more entangled in her complexities. This illusion is called Maya, or hard struggle for existence, for winning over the stringent laws of material nature. This illusory struggle against the material nature can at once be stopped by revival of our Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not an artificial imposition on the mind. This consciousness is the original energy of the living entity. When we hear the transcendental vibration, this consciousness is revived, and the process is recommended by authorities for this age. By practical experience, also, we can perceive that by chanting this Maha Mantra, or the great chanting for deliverance, one can at once feel transcendental ecstasy from the spiritual stratum. When one is factually on the plane of spiritual understanding, surpassing the stages of sense, mind, and intelligence, one is situated on transcendental plane. This chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is directly enacted from the spiritual platform, surpassing all lower status of consciousness, namely sensual, mental, and intellectual. There is no need of understanding the language of the mantra, nor is there any need of mental speculation, nor any intellectual adjustment for chanting this Maha Mantra. It springs automatically from the spiritual platform, and as such, anyone can take part in this transcendental sound vibration without any previous qualification and dance in ecstasy. So, we have a small center, and we also have a small food business that our spiritual master asked us to set up here, or in Missoula, I should say. And so we have a booth right over here that we're selling Indian food, as well as raw dehydrated treats, and just carrying out our spiritual master's order by continuing to spread the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and also by distributing the blessed remnants of the prasadam, which is the food that is offered to Krishna, that we so lovingly offer with our devotion. And now I'm going to call up my wife, and we are going to chant Hare Krishna for just a couple minutes. And if anyone wants to join us, you're more than welcome. The words are Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And you guys are welcome to join us too, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Namaste, peace to you.
We also have books about our centers, so please stop by and grab one. It gives information about our Sunday Love Feast. Haribo.
Right here. Oh, now we have sound.
Do
Good.
I have? There we go. Cool.
Excellent. Hello, everyone. Oh, I think, Deb, did you want to? Oh, okay, we get to introduce ourselves, which is wonderful. My name is Cami Cote, and this is Richard over here to my right. He drums and sings with me, and Rain Smith to my left, and she sings response. So we do kirtan, which is a call and response kind of singing, and is steeped in the yoga tradition. I personally don't find to I feel that kirtan is non-denominational, so anyone from any religion or belief can sing with us. And yes, we do sing chants to Ganesha and to Shiva and to Krishna and to Lakshmi and to Durga and all of these beautiful deities. And I always like to mention that the deities really reside inside of us. So we are the remover of our own obstacles. We are the creator and the destroyer, all of those variables. So I'd love for all of us to come together, and crowd response is wonderful, so please sing with us. And we'll start with Om, 3 Oms together. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale, and inhale for Om. Traditionally, we start with a chant to Ganesha, who is the remover of obstacles, and he bestows boons upon our beautiful gathering today. This is an opening mantra to Ganesha. Kirtan leads us into a beautiful state of bliss, a sweet spot, I like to call it. And so in the beginning, I keep the pauses just a little bit shorter. And as we go through the journey of Kirtan, there'll be a little bit longer pause after each mantra for us to be able to enjoy the ride or the sweet spot. And with a limited amount of time, we don't get to have quite as much as usual. However, we do Kirtan often in the Missoula area and Bitterroot Valley. So you can always come and find us, generally at least once a month, often more than that, if you would like to chant with us more. So next we're going to share with you a chant to Shiva. And Shiva is known to be the creator and the destroyer. And he's really one of our powerful deities in the yogic tradition. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho.
Shiva, Shiva, Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho.
Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Shiva, Shiva, Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho.
Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho.
Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya.
So we're going to actually share with you a beautiful English song now that I learned through a women's gathering called the Red Tent Gathering. It's called the Angel Wash Song. And it's such a beautiful song. I'd love to have all of you feel the blessings of this song as we sing it. Called Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. This mantra means may all beings be happy and free. And the prayer continues to go on to say, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my life contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all. Loka finish with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We so appreciate being invited here to the Peace Festival, the Festival of Peace. Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. And thank you to Deb and the garden. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.